I'm from South Carolina. I moved out here, and they had me thinking Orange County was just the Holy Grail. Oh, you go to Orange County, they got that money in Orange County. I'm from LA, so Brian gonna have to take a detour real quick, put me on game about the riot, and then we'll get back on track. Don't lose your train of thought.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to the LA Rams, but.
Whoa, let's talk about this. Hold on. Sometimes you just gotta go with how you feel.
I am old enough to remember a time where it was weird to be on the internet.
My name is Trey Hatton.
This is Rob Palacio. This is gonna be a beautiful thing for sure. Okay, Nikki. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Trey!
What it do? Yeah.
Hey.
And I will tell you this. It's up. It's my birthday. You know what's up. I'm not one of those people that's shy about their birthdays. I will tell you this. I believe that everybody's birthday should be celebrated to the fullest. Now, I might not be extra in, being kind of, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Going over the top. Like, I'm not going to go over the top. But if you ask me, like, if I want a shot or like if I'm doing I'm going to enjoy.
That's a lie.
On my birthday.
Because I asked you on Sunday and you said, no, thank you.
On my birthday. See,
Wow.
see, on my birthday. It's up. It's up.
Okay.
If you call me tonight and say, see a shot, take a shot.
So
take a shot.
do you want to take a shot?
No. I got to keep my mind for the podcast.
Same.
I got to, my brain has to be at
She called you
TikTok
out. She
shape.
got you.
No, you guys, it's whatever. You know what? You guys aren't my real friends. I'm going to find some friends that really,
Actually, we are your real friends because your real friends don't lie to you.
Right.
I will say this. Have a lovely day planned. We're going skating at a skating rink. That's what I wanted to do for my birthday this year. Cause that's what I did a lot as a kid. That was like one of my favorite birthdays, going to the skating rink. So we're going skating this Saturday before I go to work. And tonight.
Before work. That's brave.
Before work. I'll be good. I'm a pretty good skater. Not to brag. I'm pretty good. I wish I could rollerblade, but,
is there a gap in your skating time? Like, have you been skating recently?
No, I haven't skated in 3 years.
You sure you're going to be okay? Should I
be
check
straight,
on you?
bro.
Should I check on you on Saturday?
I'm gonna be sore Sunday. No, I'm gonna be sore Sunday for sure. Like my groin for sure. Like those hamstrings you push off with, that's gonna be sore.
Mm-hmm.
But like as far as falling, nah, I won't fall.
Are you one of those smooth skaters? Like you skate backwards. It's like grooving side to side.
That whole bow wow roll bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of time in the skating rink.
Nikki, I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
It's like a dream for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? It's kind of wild. It's real wild for me.
I will say this. For the moment we did the first episode, I will say this. Rob was like, we got to get you on. So I'm glad we found a window to get you on here, because definitely got a lot to talk about and a lot of stuff I think people want to hear.
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah, that first episode had me reminiscent on our Sunday night, Sunday fun days. Trevay and I would sit and have conversations with Dylan and just about life and things that, a lot of people don't really talk about. They just talk about surface shit. And it's, we hit it kind of deep. So I'm super stoked to be here.
Shed some tears in there, man. Sunday night talks were different, because I don't know, in life, everybody's just kind of hustling and bustling, but you get a chance to sit down and debrief from the madness for a minute. It's nice.
So tell me about, you recently got an award, Nikki. Tell me about that.
The award for Savage Sin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the city of Menifee has actually been really great to us. They are really amazing at recognizing their small businesses and their local businesses. So they did a Menifee Business Spotlight Award, and they gave it to us for Savage Spin. And basically, it's just recognizing us as a new business that's coming into the community and making a positive impact as far as like the mental health, the physical health, and the wellness for the community of Menifee. So we got to go to, it was one of their city council meetings, and we got recognized. We got an award, and they kind of spoke on our behalf, and it was pretty cool. It was real cool.
Probably pretty surreal, huh, to be recognized like that.
Yeah, we haven't even been open for 6 months, so for them to choose us to do that, it was a pretty big honor. I was real stoked.
Wow. What was your? Oh, go ahead, Trevay. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say it's dope, man. I haven't had a chance to make it to the studio yet.
Me neither.
But I have.
And I'm literally down the street. I don't know if I have an excuse.
I did a class with Nikki, and I've seen her do it. So I think that the award is very much right. She deserved it, right? The time, the effort, the passion she puts into it. Got to be a different type of person, but go ahead, Rob. I just want to say that because it's dope, man.
No, I was going to lean into that. That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, what was the inspiration to open up a spin class in the first place?
Well, this definitely was not in the plan. It definitely was not anything that I had ever thought we were going to do. I actually just loved spin. I kind of was convinced to go. My brother-in-law convinced my husband and myself to go probably about 5 years ago. And I was just like, what are we going to do? We're riding a bike in the dark. We go nowhere. Like, what's the point? What are we doing here?
Okay.
And he finally convinced us. It was a 7 a.m. class on a Sunday. And I was like, well, this is not it. We go in, they shut the door, the lights go out, and the instructor just starts. And, it's definitely intense as a physical workout, but what I got mentally and emotionally was what really, it literally changed my life. So the instructor just was up there just speaking on things that I really just kind of felt in my soul. And I felt like I was at a point in my life where I didn't really know who I was, right? Like, I'm a mom. I had 2 kids back to back. They're a year and 2 weeks apart. At that time, we didn't have the restaurant yet. I was still working in the school district. We had just moved back from Las Vegas, and we were living with my in-laws, which was, a blessing, but just not really feeling like I knew who I was or where I was. And I walk into this room, and this woman just starts speaking about like figuring out who you are, knowing who the fuck you are, standing in that, being unapologetically you, and just building that confidence. And I cried in the class.
Wow.
And I was like,
while on the bike, you were crying?
While on the bike, you cry on the bike in this dark room. And I said, well, the workout sucked. I definitely was not up to physical shape to get that. But I said, what I got spiritually, mentally, emotionally, I have to go back.
Wait, walk me through that. How does that work? So you're on the bike, you're going, you're sweating, and she's like talking to you, motivating you, talking shit to you.
So she's motivating you throughout the whole thing, like throughout the class. And that's kind of like where our studio came about. Like, we're all about connection in the studio, because that's what brought me there, right? That's what kept me coming back, is feeling that connection with that instructor. But you're working throughout the whole class. You're working hard. She's motivating you throughout. And then there's one song that we put in at the end of the ride where we call it our connect song. And it's where we just kind of slow down. They have you close your eyes sometime. It doesn't even have to be closing your eyes.
Okay.
But that's where they're really like speaking on something either that's going on in their life or something that is, on their heart that they need to get off. And it just seems like it just always touches you in a way that it needs to touch you. And then the last song is just balls to the wall. Like, you go crazy. You're running out of the saddle. You're holding on for dear life. And then you're done. And you walk out and you're like, well, fuck.
Wow.
What just happened?
Wow.
But it's definitely life changing.
It's in my experience with it, just like what Nikki said, you go in there. And once again, I haven't had a chance to get to her studio, but yeah, you get flooded with emotion. Okay. You're working hard. You're busting your butt. It's dark. So I will say that in the darkness, it's much easier to get in a zone, be more in tune with yourself, even though there's other people around you. So you in there and you're in the dark and you're giving it your all. And if you work out, and we all train, you know that when you're training at a high level, you start to think about everything in your life, right? It's not just like, it's kind of hard to just focus on the workout, right? You start thinking, why am I doing this? What am I doing wrong right now? In my faith, in my steps, in my mental health, in my relationship, what's going on with me? And I'll say, just like Nikki said, when they're talking to you, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say something that directly correlates with what you got going on in your life. Mm-hmm. And it kind of hits you like a freight train. And now the work, all of a sudden, the legs that felt a little tired, all of a sudden they got a little more juice. Your emotions are flooding you, and you just want to go harder. You just want better for yourself. You just want to be better. You just want to do better. You just want to grow. And that's what I got from going. And so I know for a fact that, you're right. You got to go. I'm telling you, you got to go, because it is without a doubt a different experience, dude. It's and I run. So when I run, I'm not ashamed to say I'll cry, sometimes when I'm running, just because, if you're getting up, I like to get up at 5 and run when I run. So if I'm getting up and I'm running and I just start to think, who am I? What I got going on? I got to execute. I can't fail. It's the same thing in spin, dude. It's the same thing. And she's talking to you and she's telling you, I'm not quoting verbatim, but I'm saying you are powerful. You are strong. You're not as weak as you think you are. All right. Whatever you think is a mountain, it's just a hill. All right. You ain't even gotten close. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it gets you so tuned in and you get so locked in. It's a high. You get so much, euphoria?
Yeah.
After, you get so much, like you get flooded with it though. You get flooded with it.
Part of what makes it different too is that like we shut those doors, right? It's a 45-minute class. You shut those doors and the entire world is shut off. So you're there. You're focused. You're locked in.
Nikki?
No, we don't turn the AC on, but we don't turn the heat on either. It naturally heats. So you are going to sweat.
Oh, okay.
You turn the AC on.
The more bodies in the class, the hotter it gets.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of it too, is like I would go and do workouts. Like I would lift weights in the gym, or I'd go do a group fitness class or try and work out at home. And it's so easy to get distracted and your mind wanders. And it's like, okay, I'm here. Like you half-ass do it.
Cut your workout short.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, you're in that room. Those doors are closed. It's 45 minutes devoted just to you and what you need. So it's just a different experience. And
So you said you got talked into this. So I know you had, you're like, why would I do this? What would you say to someone who's never done that before and why they should? I mean, you intrigued me, but I'm like, I know there's a lot of people that would see, okay, it's a spin class. It's probably, kind of geared towards women, which I know it's not, but you would think that probably. What would you say to someone that goes, I've never taken a spin class. Why would I take a spin class? Why would I go to Savage Spin?
Why would you come to Savage Spin? Well, number one, we are open to everyone. We're there to meet you where you are at your fitness levels. And we say that in class a lot. Like, yes, we're there to motivate you, but we're also there to meet you where you are, because your day 1 is someone else's day 100. So it looks different, right? So we take that into consideration and we say, in or out of the saddle, if you need to sit, whatever, we're going to meet you where you are. Number 2, we're building a community. So our community there is very open. There's a lot of men that come into the studio, honestly. I'm surprised how many do come in.
Interesting.
But it's a different type of workout that's not just a physical workout. It's mind, it's body, it's spirit, it's fun. We have music. It's like you're in a club. Like everything's done to the beat of the music. So you go in there and it's literally 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's hype playlist, which makes the time go by faster. You're singing along, you're sweating, you're crying, you're hooting and hollering for the person next to you. And that's really just what we're trying to build, is that community and that sense of belonging.
Wow.
Yeah. You ready to sign up now, huh, Ra?
I mean,
go ahead.
You got my attention. You got my attention.
Okay.
She does a 5 a.m. ride on Tuesdays.
5 a.m.
Yeah, if you just felt
I'll
like
be
instead
up at
of
like
going,
5:30.
I know you and Haley be y'all be y'all hit the gym.
Yeah, we
in
just
the
started.
morning.
We're doing that at least 3 days a week, but I gotta do it. I think I gotta do it.
I'm telling you,
I gotta do it.
It's right there. What is it? Shoot, it's close to
It's
you
down
now.
the street.
It's close to you.
Yeah. I can't.
I'm trying to. This me deflecting because I ain't been.
I know when you coming. How about that? When you
We
coming?
should schedule a day.
Don't do me like that.
I'm gonna do you. No. You sign me up. I'm signing you up. How about that?
I know what type of. Hey, I got to deflect again. I know a lot about you, Nikki, but I think one thing I wanted to ask you, Nikki, is moving from Indiana. I just want to know a little bit about what it was like moving from Indiana, because I'm from a small town, not the most popular state in the world, South Carolina. What was it like?
Though, North Carolina, right next to
man, but we don't got no professional teams. South Carolina we just there, right?
It's a destination state, though. I feel like if you know about Charleston, you got to go to Charleston.
It's a good time.
You might not have a professional team, but there's still things, don't downplay South Carolina.
Facts. We be up. All right. I love my home state. What was it like? What was the shift? I want to know what the shift was like. Cause what year did you get here, Nikki?
Oh gosh. 2000. I'm really bad with years. 2013, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No. 2010. Hold on. Now you're going to make me look it up on Instagram when I came here.
She's like, when did I get here?
No, you're fine.
I don't even know.
I just want to know.
So I moved out here when I was like 28 years old. So that would have been 14 years ago.
That's a good number. 28. That's a good number.
Yeah. Hey.
The number of the day.
I decided that I wanted to further my professional career, and I decided that I wanted to go to grad school for occupational therapy. I lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which was like the second biggest city in the state, but they did not have a program for occupational therapy. So wherever I was going to go, I was going to have to uproot my entire life. So I decided if I was going to uproot, I was going to go someplace I really wanted to go. And I've always been drawn to the ocean, to the beach. I wanted to be close to the water. So I only applied to schools in California. I said, I'm going to put all my eggs in one basket, 2 schools. I'm going to apply to both, and we're going to see what happens. And I actually got into both.
That's dope.
Yeah. And so I had to choose between Pomona or there's a small private school in San Marcos. And when I came out to visit, I went to both places, and San Marcos was more like the vibe.
Oh, wow.
But also I was older at that time, right? Like I was 28 years old, and San Marcos is kind of like a college town. So as I was looking around, I was like, I don't know. I might get myself in trouble down here with these young kids. So
That's modesty.
I was driving, because I worked in a bar. Like I was a nightclub bartender from when I was 21 until I decided to move. So I was really trying to get out of that lifestyle. And so as I was driving around and looking around, I was staying with a friend in Palm Springs. And as I was driving down to San Marcos, I happened to see Temecula. And the sign at the bottom, it says welcome home. And that was something that I just looked at it, and I'm an emotional person.
They got
me, right. I'm an emotional person, so I cry at like little things, and I believe in signs, and I believe whether it's God or the universe or whatever you believe in. Sometimes the universe puts things in your path that you're supposed to see. You know what I mean?
It does.
So I saw that and I started crying, and I just drove into the town, and I was like, well, this is cute.
It pulled you in.
It pulled me in. So
what does the sign say? I had cut out.
It says welcome home.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Welcome home. Something so simple. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm here.
Okay.
And moving by myself, I was 20 years old at the time, a single female. I was moving across the country by myself. Like that just kind of hit me. Because coming from the Midwest, we're all very open. We're all very friendly. And I wasn't really quite sure what to expect in California, because from what I heard, it was going to be a shocking experience for me.
That's what they tell you.
That's what they tell you.
I've been here my whole life.
Welcome home. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it wasn't that bad, but I think it's because of where I landed. I ended up driving through Old Town Temecula, and I had my resume, and I just started stopping at different restaurants, leaving my resume. And I got it. We're going to shift a little bit, but I got to tell you, I saw this restaurant and it had stairs walking up to it. It was called Soro's Grill. And I come to the bottom of the stairs and I had this
origin story. This is an origin story. Let's go.
Yes, it is. So I was at the bottom of the stairs and I was just like, my heart just started to flutter. And I was like, I don't know, something like I got like antsy. I got like little butterflies and I was like, no, I'm not going to go in there. And I just walked down the rest of the street, passed my resumes out. I got in my car and I was like, why are you acting that way? Like, you have a great resume, regardless of what you think is in that restaurant. Why wouldn't they want you? What are you nervous about? What are you so scared about? You walked into 12 other places. What's so different about this one restaurant? So I drove my happy ass back down there, parked in front, walked up the stairs, got the same feeling. And I walked up the stairs and I said, just do it. Just go. And I walk in and there's this man sitting at the bar on his computer.
Good looking man.
We noticed
we'll talk about that later. But,
okay.
But he turned and looked at me and I gave him my resume and he looked at the resume. He looked me up and down, looked at the resume again. He said, do you have a black shirt and a red tie? Can you come back tonight? And I said, sure. I didn't have a black shirt. I didn't have a red tie, but sure, I'm gonna make it happen. So I go to Walmart, whatever, get the shit, come back. My dog just knocked something off the table.
Uh-oh.
We love that.
Don't get in trouble.
Rod knows all about those dogs.
I know all about that.
Hold on 1 second, because she's sniffing something too. Hold on.
I got that 7-month-old puppy.
Hey, but listen, Rod, just a story, to everybody listening out there, the story about to get good now. We're about to, I know Nikki. She about to put y'all on game.
Oh my God. I got so many questions right now.
I know, me too. Hey, just relax though. Just relax. Let her finish.
So I worked that night and then he said, how about you come back again tomorrow? Because that was a Thursday night. He said, you come back tomorrow so you can see what a weekend is like. We can see really what you can do. And I said, okay. So I came back. I worked the Friday shift. And then after the shift, he was like, all right, well, I think that what we saw, like your resume's good. I think you fit in really good. I'd like to offer you a job. Welcome to the family. And I was like, oh, dang. Like that kind of hit me too. So this man is from the Midwest. He was born and raised in Detroit. So again, Temecula saying welcome home. This man saying welcome to the family. I was like, this is where I belong. But I had to tell him, listen, I'm not moving here for 2 months. I was coming to just get my bearings, see where I was going to be. So if you're willing to hold a spot for me, I'll be back in 2 months. And he said, we got you. We'll be here when you get back. So I went back to Indiana, packed up my house, got all my things ready, found a place to live down in Temecula.
I was right there.
Came back.
When you went back home for those 2 months, did you have any doubts? Were you struggling at all to get in that car, to plan whatever you took?
Were you thinking this is crazy? I'm about to really move to California right now.
That's a little bit, yeah. Because I think you kind of jump into things and you're like, oh, it's a great idea. I got into the school, everything's falling into place beautifully. And then when the time comes, I'm packing up the house, I'm getting ready to drive, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right.
I'm a single woman driving across. I drove across the country because I had to bring my car. I had a dog, all the things. I had a friend that was riding with me, but it's it was a little bit crazy. But I also felt, because again, everything was just kind of falling into place, and those little signs of welcome home, him saying welcome to the family, it made me say, okay, Nikki, just trust. So I did.
Oh.
So I moved across the country.
That's a different type of beast right there. That's a different type of beast right there. I'm just saying,
And there are nights that I would sit there studying in my apartment by myself, or it was like a townhouse, but studying by myself, and I'd just be crying, what am I doing? I'm here by myself. This is crazy. What am I doing? But I said, Nikki, just trust. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I moved here, and then I started working at the restaurant. And, everybody that, when you work in a restaurant, you all become friends, you become family, you hang out outside of work. So we all started hanging out. We'd go, have some drinks at Fridays after work or go out to the bars or whatever. And I started kind of like feeling some type of way about this man that owned the restaurant. And I was like, oh, that's not good. So I just kind of...
You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
Wait till I talk to your husband. I'll go ahead.
So I just kind of, like kept it in. We became best friends, and it was something that we didn't really plan, but then, best friends turned into something else.
Right.
And he had actually just gotten out of a really bad relationship, and he was very honest and was saying, I'm not ready for any type of commitment. I'm not ready for any type of, whatever. And I was cool with that. But there was just something about him that I said, I can't forget you. I can't give it up. I can't, like, regardless of you not wanting to commit, which was not my style. Like, I'm a commitment type of girl, right? Mm-hmm. But regardless of him not wanting to, I said, even if you don't ever see yourself getting married, don't ever see yourself having kids, there's something about you, like, I'm sticking with you.
What is that? What is that? Because that's what
I knew you were gonna do it.
That's what happened to me and Jen. That's what happened to me and Jen. We met, I met Jen on Bumble. Mm-hmm. And, funny story is before I met her, 3 months prior to that, I met another girl who lives 2 miles from here. We never physically met because I was like, you're kind of far. We would talk all the time. We talked for 2 or 3 months and we never physically met just because I wasn't willing to put in the effort to go see her. Uh-huh. I meet Jen and literally after the first conversation, when can we talk? When can we meet? In between us scheduling our first date, my car breaks down. I still find my way out here. And like, it was the same thing. We like couldn't, we both felt like if we let go, it'll be the worst decision ever. Mm-hmm. It was that same exact sort of energy, but I guess both of us weren't really ready either. And we had that conversation. A number of weeks go by and I tell her, I was like, I know what I said, but like, if we don't do this, if you don't want to like really hang out, I gotta be done because like, I'm gonna be too much for you, Yeah. And she was like,
that's real.
Yeah, I can't let you go. And then so we kind of started the process, which is around the time we met you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Come on in.
Kind of crazy. Yeah. What is it about that? What is it about like you meet somebody and there's this energy that you just go, there's something here that I can't deny.
I can say this, with Summer, I was kind of like, dealing for a minute. I was kind of had that like, oh, I want to do a commitment thing. But I will say this. I don't know the feeling of being a person that stick with you, but I do know the feeling of being the person that is like, okay, this person really down for me. And you start to understand that they really riding for you. And I do understand that mindset shifts. Okay. So it's like, you're still trying to do your own thing. But then you realize you got a lot of people around you, but then you got this person, right? Who's always here, who's always there for what you need, who's always looking out for you. When you are in a pickle, when you stuck between a rock and a hard place, that person always seems to slide in there and get you out of it, right? They're a helping hand. So I will tell you this. Some may call it love. There's a whole bunch of different names for it, but that is such a relief. And once you get a person like that, you can't live without a person like that. Mm-hmm. So I know the side of it. That's like, all right, forget what I was talking about earlier. I'm rocking. I know that part. Like I understand that part very well. You know what I mean? Well, go ahead, Nikki.
I mean, you guys both hit it on the head. I just think it's almost like a balance. Like you find that person that balances you and compliments you. And the fact that they have that patience and they're willing to wait for that time that you're right and ready for accepting it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not anything, I don't know. I feel like I never tried to push it on him because I understood where he was. And then like, as I tried to give him his space and he'd be like, wait a minute, where are you going? Hold on, come back.
Right.
It was kind of like a game that was played for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And that kind of tore on my heartstrings. But at the same time, it was like, I get it. And I'm going to give you your space. And then you fast forward, we have 2 kids now. We're celebrating our 10-year wedding anniversary this year in May.
Yeah.
So it was a beautiful story.
It's witchcraft.
Yeah.
That's witchcraft. That ain't how normal love stories go. That's witchcraft right there. That's
He'd
voodoo.
probably agree with you. He'd be like, how did this happen from where I came from to here?
Right.
How did we get here?
It's voodoo. And you look up and you're like, okay, well, this is was not what I was thinking originally, but let's just roll with it now.
Yeah. I mean, I literally was on that, like, I am never going to be in a committed situation ever again. And I was like, totally cool with that. I was like, I'm good. I'm good.
And y'all, I'm just telling y'all, like, it just, hearing y'all say that just made me realize, like, you just got to find your person. Like, that's all I can say about life.
You got to keep opportunities open. You can't be closed off. You know,
but I think it comes when you least expect it too. Like you're not looking for, you can't go out there searching for it. Yeah. It's just going to happen. You just got to let life happen, follow your path, follow your signs, follow the Lord or whatever it is you believe in.
And you know what's crazy?
It'll come.
And you did, I'm thinking about everything you just said, and it's just like, okay, you went to San Marcos and you said, okay, this school, I know what I can do at this school, so I ain't even gonna go at this school. Okay, you get to Temecula, you see a sign, boom. You walk up to a restaurant where you have so much doubt, but you go through with it. The other side of excuses, right? Boom. You commit and you start talking, you work it out, boom. Then you say, hey, this probably ain't gonna work out because I'm not gonna be here for another 2 months, and it still worked out. So it's almost like life kind of like, the more you doubt, the more life is like, no, we got a solution, but it's going to be hard. You know what I mean? It's going to seem hard. And all of a sudden your life just starts to reveal itself to you. It's never, and I can say this, your life is never, anybody can say, I don't know any human that says my life went exactly how I planned it out in my head when I said, this is what I want to do when I grow up. This is how I want to be. Nobody will say that. But what they will say is, as my life revealed itself to me, and as I matured and I grew and I went through these experiences, I'm exactly where I need to be. I don't know many people that say, oh, yeah, everything went according to plan. I don't know nobody that say that. But just how... Go ahead, Nick.
I was just going to say, I think that's growth. Like, I think that the things in my life that I face that scare me the most are the things that I say, okay, that's what I need to do. Like, if I'm that scared, if I'm feeling some type of way, that's what's going to challenge me. That's what's going to change me. That's where I'm going to see the most growth. So I'm going to go and I'm going to face it head on. And it's not the easy path, but that's also how you get above and beyond where you thought you were going to be, right?
Gotta get my notes out. Hold on.
There you go. Every time. Every time.
Get my notes out.
No, but I wanted to key in on that, Nikki, because you said something that I've had a lot of experience with. And I think just recently I started to key in on it. That hesitation you said. And the funny thing is you paint that picture so well because I've actually been in that exact area. So I know those steps she was talking about. And honestly, for different reasons, because I wasn't about to meet a sexy bald man, but I've walked over and I go, should I walk up those stairs? Should I go eat at this restaurant? And then ended up going somewhere else. So it's not the same, but that hesitation that you feel, I've had that right before I was going to do something. And for you to have that moment at that staircase and go, I don't know, should I walk in here? Is this worth it? Why am I feeling this way? To walk away and come back and address that. What is it about that? Like, why do you think that even happens to us as humans? Because like you just said, you found out that when you do follow through, it actually is a blessing.
I think I followed through because I have that curiosity. Like when that feeling hit, I'm like, okay, the universe is trying to tell me something. It's trying to push me someplace. Why? Okay, I'm scared or I don't feel like doing it, but I need to, right? Now, why the universe does that or how, I don't know.
Right.
But I just try and keep an open mind. And as cheesy as it sounds, as crunchy or whatever they say these days, as cheesy as it sounds, like to try and be open to receiving whatever it is that the universe, the world, that it's trying to put in your path and in your life. I think that you need to be awake and have those open eyes and be willing to accept and see those signs, because that's going to help you on your journey.
Yeah. I mean, that right there is like it's so, I'm trying to even find the word for it right now. Like it's literally story of my life. I don't know how many times I've been in a moment and I go, no, that's not going to work out. That person doesn't want to hear from me. That situation is not going to work out. Like, I've literally been booked for sessions and still have what they call imposter syndrome. I'm sitting there in the vocal booth recording. Hands are sweating. People shook my hand on the way in. They made sure they had food for me and all kind of stuff. They said, hey, what beer do you like? We'll go get that, X, Y, and Z. So they've shown me they want me. And I'm in there like, the second I open my mouth, they're going to be like, you're the wrong person for this job.
Why do you feel that way, though?
I don't know. And then everything goes well. I go through the session. I do what I'm supposed to do. I've been complimented so many times. Oh my God, this has been the easiest session ever. You know, it went better than we expected. On and on and on. And then I go, why did I feel that way in the first place? That was hard for nothing for me, you know, like mentally.
This kind of brings me to when I do my Connect songs, I have a class on Saturday and it's like my biggest class. And I always choose a word of the week to talk about during my Connect song. And a couple weeks ago, my word was perseverance. Perseverance is pushing through. It's doing things that you don't want to do, doing things that, you know, other people aren't going to do. But I also talked about this part where, like, at the beginning of your journey, you're super excited to get started, right? You're like, I have this idea. I'm going to go in the studio. I'm going to do this. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to be great. When you get to the end, you feel good because you're like, yeah, I got through that. Okay. So yeah, that was a good thing I pushed through.
Right.
But nobody talks about that messy middle, right?
Right.
It's called the messy middle. It's the part where you feel like you doubt yourself. And this is where a lot of people give up. And I think this is what separates people who have that strength and have that confidence to know it's okay that I'm doubting myself. It's okay that I don't have all the answers, but I'm not going to have all the answers because if I did, then I'd already be here, right? Success is a journey that's up, down, up, down. You learn, you fail. At every failure, there's a lesson, right? And you take that lesson and you say, okay, I'm going to keep moving up. I'm going to do better. I'm going to keep focusing. I'm going to persevere.
Right.
And then you finally take all of those ups and downs, those hills, those valleys. And that's when you get to the end and that's where the success comes in. A lot of times people don't reach that success because they see that messy middle and they bow out and they say, just like you said, why am I here? I'm not qualified for this. But the difference is you push through because you are qualified. Because every time that you step in that booth, every time that you have a new experience, you're gaining that experience.
Right.
You get a lesson and you get better and you move on.
Right.
And if you take a look back at where you came from, the first time you stepped in that booth, I guarantee you wouldn't recognize who the fuck that man is.
Yeah. No. Hands down. Hands down.
But that's also the thing is that you have to like take each step and realize that your advancements are going to be small. You might not see it every single day. But when you look back at how far you've come and that growth that you've had, when you start doubting yourself, Ross, think back to that first time you stepped in that room and look at you now and then stop fucking doubting yourself. And just
right. I mean, you know, it's so weird. And I think it has something to do because I'm naturally an introvert. So like I have to literally talk myself through things. And even if I know like I've worked hard, I should be here, you know, it's always a thing. Like even this whole thing about putting the podcast together, you know, I had to go through a lot of mental hoops for that. And I laugh about it now because now that we're in the thick of it, like, I'm like, what was the problem? In fact, why were there so much time wasted? You know, and I'm trying to do these things faster. I'm trying to do these things faster now.
I agree.
But that's your growth. That's your growth. You needed that time. And you got to start somewhere. You're not going to start with that confidence. You're not going to start with all of the knowledge that you have right now. And that's okay. That's part of the journey.
Yeah.
Everybody starts somewhere.
You just got to do it. I mean, same. We talked about it a couple episodes ago, man, but it was just weird. Like it's just, you know, not imposter syndrome, but I just have commitment issues. So I'm the opposite of both of y'all. I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to do it. And I just start trying to talk myself out of it. I'm like, oh, he really want to do that? Man, we probably run out of stuff to talk about, though, so we probably shouldn't do it because...
Never.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bro. Shit. I was like, we probably shouldn't do that. And so I just... And exactly, Nikki, you know, it's weird because that's so true. Like, I can talk for days. So why the heck am I worried about... But in my mind is trying to sabotage me. You know what I mean? And he didn't present it.
Look, okay. And I don't know if you heard this episode or not. It might have been it had to be episode 2 or 3.
What?
No, I'm talking to Nikki. When I came back to the restaurant and I saw you and you hugged me and you said, and you like were addressing the podcast and you hugged me and you were like, I'm so excited. I'm proud of you both. X, Y, and Z. I was dying in my head, literally. And I was like, oh, boy. I was like,
self-sabotage me.
Yeah, I hadn't even sat down yet. Self-sabotage. I'm like, oh boy. And I looked at Jen. I was like, she hasn't even heard episode 2 yet.
I did. I had started episode 2 at that point.
And I was like, but see, in my own head, and like, there's nothing to worry about. But I was like, oh boy, you know, and I'm like, I'm trying to walk this fine line. And you start thinking about every single word you say, every single thing you do. So there's always that hesitation you were talking about. So I've gotten into the habit of when I've decided to do things, before I can think, I literally just jump in. Because that's the only way for me to do it and not stay in that state too long.
Because here's the thing. I'm a firm believer that your people are going to find you, right? Like at the restaurant, at the studio, what you're doing with your podcast, you're not going to be for everybody. And that's okay.
That's okay.
Do you like everybody that you meet? No. So why do we have the expectation that everyone we meet should care for what we're doing? So confidence is understanding that first of all, confidence isn't arrogance. I don't want to come off as arrogant. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. Cause I do.
Agree. Right. Confidence ain't arrogant.
Confidence is not caring or not thinking, are they going to like me? But it's understanding I'm going to be okay if they don't like me. Because my people are going to find me. Whether she likes my podcast or not, he likes my podcast. He likes my podcast. And that's great. And that's all that matters.
And confidence is bred too, man, with repetition. So like Nikki said, once you get in it and you start taking those steps and you start to build some momentum, all of a sudden your outlook on yourself does change. So repetition is key. Nobody, I think in today's world, people lack confidence because they don't do something enough and then they get embarrassed when someone does call them on what they're doing and it makes them shut down. So if I wanted to run whatever, if I wanted to own a football team, right? I'd have no experience in learning it, but also I would just quit instead of going through the proper channels and able to learn how to do that. Okay. And once you start doing it, your confidence skyrockets, man. I'm telling you, it skyrockets. And it don't matter. It don't matter. I agree with what you said. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is a long history of you committing to what the hell you say you're going to do. That's all it is. It ain't got nothing to do. And being
comfortable in that.
Yeah. It ain't got nothing to do with what they said. I'm telling you, confidence will make you look at somebody and they say, you terrible. And you say, that's fine. That's fine. That's confidence. I mean, I'm just saying that's confident. You can look at that person and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to dominate you. You might think you won, but you ain't won. So, man, all that, bro, like, it's a number of things. And so, to your point, Ra, I think that when you had started out, when you said you have that imposter syndrome, I think got a little bit to do with confidence because it's like, you fire, like, you that dude. Like, I truly believe you that dude. But since you hadn't done it in so long, you know what I mean? And it was that little gap. You just kind of start to, I don't know, you just start to get in your head about it, even though you that dude. That's how it be sometimes. That's how it be.
I don't know. You get stuck with these thoughts. You start thinking, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? Or, you could have been doing something else with your own time, and you will give yourself every excuse in the world, whether it's actually true or not. And that's the weird part. That's why I wanted to address that, because there's no reason at this point, you're just walking into a restaurant, dropping your resume, trying to see what's up. And you could very easily, that moment right there, if you don't go back, your life is different.
Completely different.
Right? Like, you don't have those 2 children. You're not in that marriage. You're not the owner of that restaurant, at least. Right? Like, that's so pivotal for you. And that just came on the thought process that you saw a sign and was like, I'm going to stop here and then I'm going to walk into this restaurant. No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
No, I'm not.
Right?
Yes, I am.
That's wild. That's so wild.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So,
okay, so fast forward a little bit. So you marry this crazy man. I love you, Dylan. I love you. I love you. And at some point you get the idea to open a restaurant. And the reason I jump forward is because I'm sure that's a conversation, right? Like, we're going to go in on a restaurant.
We might have to do another episode.
We might have to. It's
a lot.
Is that a long one?
A lot. I mean, the restaurant was never the plan. It was, that was never my plan. He had a family restaurant with his family, Soro's Grill, the one that I had spoke on. During COVID, everything shut down, right? Like restaurants, grocery stores, everything. Restaurants could do to-go food, but that really wasn't going to help support our family the way that it needed to support our family. So, Dylan's sister at the time was a personal trainer, and she had a lot of people who were doing like competition prep, and they were doing a lot of meal prep stuff. So she had the idea of, hey, let's start a meal prep company. Like, we've got the kitchen, we've got the food, we can get the food from our purveyors that people can't get at a grocery store. Let's start a meal prep company. So that's what we did. The 3 of us started Savage Chef, and it started out as meal prep. We're in this restaurant that no one could come eat at. We're making 600 pounds of chicken a week and boxing it up and sending it out to people. We're delivering food, like anything we can, just to hustle so we can support the family. Then as things started opening up a little bit more, people, were getting antsy. They wanted to go out, and they would reach out to Dylan and say, hey, would you come to our Airbnb and cook dinner for us? Like, we just really want like a restaurant style meal, but restaurants aren't open. So it's kind of like underground, like, hey, come to this address here, cook us dinner, whatever. And so he started doing those events, and he was like, you know what? Like, people are looking for something different, because the food that he was doing would be like the molecular gastronomy, and there's smoke, and there's, all of these things to kind of put on a show with dinner. And he said, people are really looking for something different and higher end. So as things started opening up, that's when the restaurant kind of came into play, and he found a location, and they totally revamped the location from what it was and built Savage Chef. And even when that opened, I was just going to be an assistant manager. I was going to pop in, show my face, help with the schedule, maybe run the front a little bit. One thing led to another. The person that we had that was going to lead the restaurant didn't really work out. And I was working as an occupational therapist in the school district, working with kids with special needs. And Dylan was like, I need you. I need you. You have experience. I don't trust anyone else. We had this experience. I don't trust anyone else to run it. I need you to come in and do this with me. And so I said, okay, I'm going to trust you. I trust what you're trying to do. And I left my job, and I went to the restaurant, and general manager, director of mixology, all the things.
Wow.
Inventory, everything. What you want? What you want, plumber?
What do you want? HR?
What you need?
Wow.
And so, I mean, it's more, she gave you the short story, but man, it's, you see, I know Nikki, so you just see, people just see you and they go, man, she hustling, man, but
right.
It's just different. It's different, man. It's different. You still got 2 kids. Y'all don't even, her kids are very active.
Right. How do you even have time to do it all? As a mom, life, as a wife, for yourself, how do you make that work?
It's hard.
Because we could talk about
hard.
excuses. We could talk about you not doing a thing or someone not wanting to do a thing. But it literally, when I see you and Chef, you guys are running the business. You guys are doing family events. You know, like you guys.
And they be tired.
No, but even in the restaurant, like if you ever are in town and you go to Savage Chef, if you're there long enough, you will see a moment of connection between you and Dylan. And I find it so refreshing that you guys are that together. And, you know, and sometimes it's just a look. It's just a look. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's beautiful. And if you've been in a healthy relationship before, you know what I'm talking about. You know when you see it. And I just go, and Jen and I have noticed that so many times. We go, look at them.
I will say that I think you have to be. I think you have to be to do what they do at the level they do it at. And what you have your good days, you have your bad days, right? Everybody does, but
sure,
there has to be a certain level of commitment and communication and devotion. And if one person and if one person can't give it all, you got to be able to say, I got your back. And I think they do a great job of doing that. I just think that's what it is. I just think there is really no formula. There really is no map. There is split-second decisions that have to be made.
You're burning the candle at both ends, no?
Oh, it does. It does. And there's days that I feel like I wouldn't say failing in departments, but not living up to where I want to be. Like some days as a mom, I, sit and cry because the kids make me feel bad that I have to leave for work again. Or, and I want to say first and foremost, we couldn't do what we do without the help of Dylan's mom. So Dylan's mom helps. She takes care of the kids a lot when we're at the restaurant. She even stays here Friday and Saturday night. Mama Soro. She even stays here Friday and Saturday night because she knows that we stay at the restaurant real late because we're open late. So, without her, we couldn't do what we do. So I need to definitely give a big shout out to her. We appreciate her so much for being there for the kids. And it's great, to have someone that's family that's there with the kids when we're not.
Absolutely.
But I do have to say there are days, like I'll look around the house, like I'm sitting here at the desk right now and I'm like, shit, this house is really struggling. But, are my kids fed? Are they happy? Did I spend that extra time with them instead of yelling and cleaning the house when I could have been like snuggling with them? I think it's a lot of give and take and really just trying to let go of certain things, right? Like I do have a little bit of OCD, and I think that's why I'm hard on myself, because I look around and I'm like, this is not how I pictured my house to look. This is not how I pictured, whatever to look. And you just have to kind of let go and say, okay, but where am I thriving? Like my kids are happy. They're loved. I pick them up every day after school. I don't get to put them to bed every night, but at the same time, like this is the life that they know. I need to stop being so hard on myself that I can't be the type of parent that, Trevay can be to his kids. Our lives just look different.
Right.
I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm not saying one is right, one is wrong. I'm just saying like, it's just a matter of comparison. And I feel like I try not to compare myself to the family who possibly, the mom has the option to stay at home and be with the kids. And although I look at that and I yearn for that sometimes, I'm like, okay, they don't have me all the time, but what do they get from me? Right? From me, they get to see someone who works really hard. They get to come to the restaurant and learn how to do things that other kids don't know how to do. Like my daughter, who is 9 years old, can stand up at that host stand. She can greet a guest that walks in the door. She can assign a table on the iPad. She can grab the menus, take them to the table, and go find the server and say, Carrie, I sat you 2 people at 23. And then walk straight back up to the front and do it again.
Perspective.
Like the kids can be there and they're there for photo shoots and they get to taste different food. They get to see food. We get to explain to them, like, why do we do what we do? How does this work? So I have to look at it from a different perspective and say, no, I'm not giving them what I thought my life would look like, but what I'm giving them is pretty fucking special.
Yeah.
So I have to appreciate that perspective.
Yeah. And they not, and at the same time, Nikki and Dylan are, they sacrifice, if you don't mind me saying, Sage does dance. Xander's in baseball. the kids are still being kids. Like they're still, and Nikki and Dylan are there. Whether one is there and one is not, or one is there, they're still there, hustling and bustling, doing all that too. So it's not like, they just deprived because I don't want, Nikki to, they're not deprived, but like, oh, we just stuck in the house. No.
Right.
They still getting it in.
Yeah, no, I think, and that's a great perspective. I'm glad you shared that, Nikki, because it just it can look different. It doesn't mean it's worse. So like, for instance, part of the reason I went into what I do full time was because I could be home because that was lacking from my kids. So, I can be home during the day and there's very few times I actually have to miss an event. But at the same time, I may see someone like you and Dylan and go, oh man, they really get to go get it. But it looks like they have to sacrifice other things, and
different life.
Yeah. But we all do. Like I could draw those same comparisons with Trevay. There's certain things he gets to do that I don't, and vice versa. That doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It just means it just, the hustle looks a little different.
Correct. Yeah.
You saw me at the bar the other night.
The other night? No, actually, last time I went there, you were not there.
Real quick,
I
got a short story, and y'all gonna laugh. Yesterday, me and Zeke, we was out here, I was just sitting there. I had got home from coaching, playing football, and I had told myself, I had been telling myself, you know what, I'm gonna make this boy, not make him, but I'm gonna find a way to make him commit to doing something fun, sports-wise, every day, right? So we land on the couch. I got my anime on. He watching it with me because that's our thing. Him and Dad, we watching anime. I turned it off. I said, let's go shoot basketball. He like, come on, I just finished my homework. You know what I mean? He complaining, I don't want to do it. I said, nah, let's just go shoot some hoops. He said, I don't need to. I'm in soccer right now. I'm doing soccer. I don't really got to play basketball. I said, how about this? You beat me in basketball, I'll let you watch anime all week. He like, okay, but you can't block my shot. I was like, all right, I ain't gonna block your shot. So we got there, we play a game to 7. He beat me, right? So he won 7-6. I go, double or nothing. Right, we go to 7. We ended up playing until 30 points. We're going by ones now. So I really got a whole basketball session in with him. It was so dope, y'all. Listen. And we came in, when we got done playing, we came in from outside, and he was like, let's go to 50. Like, cause it's just fun, you know what I mean? And I just had Carmen out there sitting in her little baby, seat, her little swing. So sitting in her little swing, and it was almost like she was cheering, even though she wasn't saying that. It was good, man. It was good. So that's my new little goal, man. And now that, time has sprung forward, we got some more sun. It's hard to get it done in the winter because it's dark. But now that it don't get dark until 7:30, you know what I mean? It's smooth. So, man, that's good, man. Kids, one thing I learned yesterday, man, it's all about because I used to be kind of hard on Zeke as far as like, man, you got to shoot it like this and you got to be aggressive. And he's only 6. I'll be going a little overboard, I think, sometimes. But yesterday I was super light and I kind of gave him space to be himself. And what I noticed was the more we played, the more he started looking like the player that I think he should look like, but it wasn't the same like instruction. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was kind of like, play a little harder, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, like towards the last couple points, he was like playing tight defense, like pushing me with his elbow. I'm like, okay, then he's playing basketball now. So I had to dunk on that boy, but you know what I'm saying? I can't let him win all the time. I gave him a little dub, but.
Oh, you let him win? I never let Nate win. I told him.
Well, that's different age though. Even when he was 6, you didn't let him win?
No.
That's cap.
No.
Wow.
Now when it came to basketball. No.
Okay.
I'm like, you're going to have to earn that.
That's how I was at the end yesterday. I started dunking everything, hanging on the rim.
But I think he enjoys it.
Fair.
I think he actually enjoys it because now he goes, Dad, so you telling me I'm going to be probably like 6'5"? I was like, yeah. He goes, how tall are you? I'm like, I'm 5'9". And he's like, I got you. So he already counting his days.
Yeah, he's sizing you up. Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine. That's what I want. I want him to have that little killer attitude. It's totally fine.
Zeke is like 2 opposite sides of the spectrum. I know Nick can probably say the same. Zeke won and he was like, I won, you lost. But when I was beating him, he was like, you bigger than me. It's not fair. You're a cheater. I'm like, Bro, you just made up every rule for this game, like.
But those are part of the lessons too. They have to have those losses so they can see what that feels like.
Yeah.
You can't let them win.
Funny.
But I do have a question for you, Nikki. As a business owner, a thriving business owner, and being that this is like towards the end of March, I know it's Women's International Month and all that. Would you rather be celebrated as a woman business owner and recognized that way, or just a successful business owner? Where do you fall on that? Or is there a difference?
I don't think, for me, I don't think that there's a difference. I think that for me, it's just as a successful business owner. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily have to be shout out as a woman. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm always interested in that.
Is that wrong? I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll tell you why I asked, because Trevay and I talk about that type of stuff all the time. So, sometimes there's always an emphasis on, whatever you're doing as a black man or a man or whatever. And then, Black History Month. And these things have their importance. Don't get me wrong. They absolutely do. But for me, especially Trevay and I having interracial children, we get a lot of like, tell your kids what it's like to be black, or they identify as so and so. And Trevay, both of us agree we raise our children just to be children. And it's important that they understand exactly where they come from, both sides. I don't like to define things in that way a lot. So when I see people doing things like yourself, I always wonder what's that person's take on stuff like that in terms of, being identified a certain way. Cause I actually feel like in our culture, sometimes we go a little too far with identification and stuff. Yeah.
I would agree. And I think that I'm proud to be a woman. Don't get me wrong. I also don't want to be looked at differently and say, well, she's a great woman business owner.
That's what I was getting.
Or is she a great business owner? Because I think that we're in the same category, right? Yes, I'm different as a woman. There are things that make me different as a woman that I will never be able to do that a man can do. But when it comes to that saying right there, do I want to be a successful female business owner or just a successful business owner? I don't think the female necessarily matters to me. Because I'm in the same category as you. You said right? That. Like, there's nothing that's going to make me different. There's nothing that's going to make me different. Or why have to put that out there? Why can't I just be a business owner? In a sense, when you're saying she's a great female business owner, well, does that mean that I'm below a male business owner in a way?
There it is.
Yeah.
That's the answer. I mean, that's just the answer. And people like to try to spin it, whether it be man or woman. Oh, that's a good business, but it's ran by a woman. So it's like, or vice versa. Oh, that's a good bit. It don't matter.
Well, and I'm going to throw something else out there. I think sometimes when people say that when it's related to females, they're intimidated that it's 100%. A female. And so that's why they have to put that extra marker on it. Well, she's great for a female business owner, but they're intimidated because I am a very strong female. I am a very independent female. And I think sometimes I can make people feel uncomfortable because of that. So I think that they put that extra verbiage on it to, like make themselves feel, well, she's a female business owner. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's always
a successful business owner.
Yeah. It's so lame. That sounds so lame to me, bro. Like, I just, like, how certain stuff, like, you around people like, what you doing? Like, what make you think about that? That's the only thing that make me mad. Stuff like that. Like, what gets you to that thought process, that train of thought? I don't even want to be around you. Them type of people you just want to just pop them upside their head. You know what I mean? Nobody whoop your ass when you were younger. Ain't nobody whoop your ass. That's what's wrong. That's why you talking like that.
Right. Right. I mean, I don't know. I could go on and on about that. Like, I like to celebrate people where they are. I don't really like, all those.
I think you could flip it too, though, and on a different perspective. If you're talking about this is International Women's Month, and you say, well, I look at you as a female business owner in that sense, just to celebrate you as someone who has had to kind of fight those not standards. What's the word I'm looking for? Who's had to fight those, like, I guess, negative connotations that come along with it,
right.
and kind of celebrate like you did push through those barriers and you could be successful as a female. Because sometimes, like when we would go into meetings or whatever and setting everything up, it's like people aren't listening to me the way that they would listen to Dylan. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unfortunately, sometimes it is that way in the business world where I could say something and they're like, yeah. Dylan comes in and they jump and do it. So I think that's where I've had to, and I think that's where some of my strength and some of my assertiveness has come in, because I'm like, no, motherfucker. Like, right. I'm saying it just because I'm a female. Yeah. Right. So I think you can say it either way. I think it depends on
right. I mean, I get it. I know we have these things, I guess, to recognize marginal situations, I guess is what I want to say. Like, I know we're supposed to celebrate, let's say, Black History Month because there was at some point in time in history a lack of that sort of representation or appreciation or whatever. And you could say that about maybe women business owners or, just different variations of things. And that's why we remember, a certain month, a certain day, a certain week, why we celebrate these things. And that's the answer people would give. But I'm definitely of the ilk of like, if there's no real difference, we should learn to celebrate all of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking a little too broadly, but I've just seen too many. Let's draw lines here and here and here, and I think it's made us weird. What are you doing, Trevay?
I would agree.
Trevay up to something weird.
When am I not up to something weird? All right. I'm trying to message in code. All right. What's up, Chef? What it do?
What's up, Chef?
What up?
Hey, we got to get you on the podcast, Chef.
Oh, here, hold on. Let me give him one of the earpods.
Yep.
So he can
please,
hear.
please.
They be sharing ear
We
things.
share earpods too,
Yeah. No, we got to, Ra was just saying we got to get you on.
We got to get you on, Chef. We got to talk about all the food you cooking.
More than just the food. I'm trying to get the story.
And the story.
The story behind the food.
But the food and the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What'll be interesting is the other perspective of the story.
We got a nice perspective. In fact, I don't even know if we drop in this episode until we get him, and then we can.
Stop there. Yeah, let's get them back to back. Let's get them back to back. Yeah, that'd be a good release right there. That'll get the viewers thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
We could. Yeah, but I ain't gonna ruin it though.
Or we could drop them back to back.
Story.
Say that again, Chef.
You definitely big story, man.
Yeah, no, it's very, very powerful story, sir. We appreciate you for sure.
Trevay has heard,
Yeah, but it's still fun. It's still always fun to hear. And Rod ain't never heard it, and all of our listeners ain't never heard it. You know what I mean? They need that raw, uncut boy. You know what I mean? That's what they need.
True. I think
they need that raw, uncut boy. I'm not about to. I can't spoil it for them. That's another reason why. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, but I'm not going. I try not to do it like Nikki. Man, today was amazing. Like, this episode is so fire. Like, I want you guys to come on here and just blow them out of the water. Cause what I know and what it's crazy, like, to hear, you know what I mean? It can only be told by you guys.
Yeah. I mean, the amazing teamwork you guys have, the way you guys do things, the culture you guys have built together that is so evident, in what you guys are doing in your restaurant. It's unparalleled. Very few places do things the way you guys do things. You guys should know that for sure.
Thank you.
I thought I said something cool. Nah, it's all good, bro. You just had to one up me. I was saying, I said what I had to be said. And you had to come in and whatever,
okay.
man.
I can be quiet.
Whatever, man. Nah, you got it. No, I'm gonna be quiet now.
Do you have something to say to Trevay?
As far as
today's his birthday.
Oh, you shouldn't have told him.
There we go. Hey, just call me later on. Hey, I had the shots lined up. Don't worry.
He said he don't want to do shots.
He said he wouldn't turn down shots on his birthday.
I was going to buy him shots, and he said no.
And he said no.
On my birthday, hold on, we got business first, y'all. Everybody relax. See a shot. Take a shot after 6 p.m. Can I make a modification on what I said earlier?
Okay, after 6 p.m. Okay.
So I gotta find you after 6?
I still gotta go coach these kids at this school.
I can't. I actually gotta...
You can't call me after 6?
Okay, I'll call you at 6. Like 7. Like 7.
It sounds like an excuse.
Like 7.
Okay.
I gotta go to open house.
All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
I love the kids.
Yeah, facts. I do too.
I love the kids.
Ask them kids. I'm just playing.
Hey.
I'm just playing.
All right, y'all. Let's get back.
All right, Chef.
I see you, Chef.
Nikki, thank you for coming on. Like this was absolutely wonderful.
And don't think this is the last time that we'll have you on. I always think that, there's always something to share, and you're still growing in your life and, and everything you're doing, and so are we. So definitely plan to be on again in the future at some point. Maybe around episode 100. We'll get you on again.
Yeah, I'm going to hold back on some of these questions because there's certain things I want to know. We're going to hold back for next time. I want to know
some
of those drinks that you be making. And the magic behind that, and I got questions. I'm gonna leave that, and then I'm gonna come. You know what? I'm gonna commit. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I will take a Savage Spin class. You will see Ra at least
my gosh, time. Please.
Okay, I'm gonna drag the missus with me.
You should. First class is free. You've got nothing to lose.
Give her a date right now, right here on the podcast.
Hey, hold up.
Saturdays are big energy. 8 a.m. You start your day, and then you're done by 9 o'clock. You feel good. Take a shower. I'm subbing this Sunday at 9 a.m. So if you need to sleep in a little bit,
Okay. Is there a age restriction?
No, sir.
Because
you have to be at least 16. You have to be at least 16. Okay. Are you saying that like? I thought you were talking about the upper end. No, but lower end, yeah, you got
lower end, yeah. Okay. Well, Haley can come after summer because I know she's gonna want to go. So she's almost there. Okay, cool. No, we're gonna try that. I will. You say Sunday, and maybe. Yeah, let me talk to the missus. She already gonna yell at me for committing for her, but we doing it.
Sometimes you just gotta do that.
So I just kind of throw him under the bus. I'm like, Dylan's there several times a week. Okay. So if my husband, who is 200 and some pounds, can get on a bike and can get in there and have fun and stays committed and goes.
Okay. So we're going to do this. So I'm going to need you to sign an NDA that says if Rob passes out, we are not discussing that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But you will not pass out.
I will not pass out, but I'm just trying to, save my reputation.
Man, he's not giving himself no credit. Rob in shape.
I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be tired as hell because I don't think I've recycled that much before, but.
It's going to get you, like even people that are in shape, I feel like you use such different muscles when you go into a cycling class.
Okay.
You're going to be sore. You're going to feel things that you didn't feel before. It's just a different beast, but at least try it once. You just you have to experience it.
Okay. Let's do it. I will get the missus there. Right. We will show up. I will look at the schedule and we will book that for sure.
Beautiful.
Sounds good.
SavageSpin.com.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You gotta plug all your stuff.
Yeah.
You on Instagram?
SavageSpin.com. We're on Instagram. We've got an app in the App Store for Android and Apple.
You got an app?
Yeah. Oh, we got an app. Yeah, it's a branded app, Savage Spin.
I'll share it to you as soon as we get done.
Okay. That sounds good.
I'll share it with you.
All right. Man, I love that.
I put it in our family to-do list.
Oh, are you saying we family now?
Of course, bro.
I love you,
of course, brother. I love you too, bro.
I love you, Nikki.
I love you, Nikki.
I love you too. This was beautiful.
Happy birthday.
I love what you guys are doing. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Next time, y'all.
All right.
You gonna stop
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, y'all.
We're going to call you later. We're going to do a shot with you later.
6 p.m. See a shot. Take a shot.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Raising the Bar with Ra and Treve. If you like what you heard, do us a favor and share the podcast with a friend. Don't forget to like and subscribe to podcasts also. New episodes every Wednesday. You can leave us a comment on the episodes where you stream them on Instagram at rtb.podcast or send us a direct email at rtb.podcast25@gmail.com. That's rtb.podcast, the number 25 @gmail.com. See you next week.